Welcome back to another episode of GA Talks. My name is Sam, and this is where we talk about the news that was. Now, our top story for today. So, Bolt bombshell, retirement funds wipe out. Spencer fears he won't recover the money. So, stay tuned, guys, for more news in details. We begin with the news. Now, Jamaican sprint legend Usain Bolt is staring at a wiped out of his heavy investment at Stocks and Securities Limited, and is now fearing that the monies which he had hoped to access in his later years will likely not be recovered. A Jamaican Observer source said that the information was delivered to Bolt's management team last Wednesday, just before the company went public about the massive fraud sources more than $1.2 billion. Now, Bolt is among more than 30 people whose investments at SSC are believed to have been fleeced by a wealth advisor. Last Thursday, SSC issued a statement stating it had become aware of the fraudulent activities by a former employee of the company. Now, the company said that following initial internal investigation, it referred the matter to the relevant law enforcement authorities to facilitate a thorough and complete examination of all aspects of the matter. Added the company, to ensure this, we have taken steps to secure those assets, strengthens the internal protocols to detect suspicious activities in the shortest possible time. The company also said it would continue to liaise and cooperate fully with the law enforcement throughout this investigation and ensure that the responsible party faces the consequences of the law. Now, at the weekend, sources said SSL was aware of the fraud since August. However, the employee suspect of the investigation was still employed at the company up to last Wednesday. Now, that was the same day that Bolt's team met with the SSL representatives after requesting a meeting last December following the Olympian's yearly review of his financial portfolio. At this point, he would have noticed the discrepancy. Now, after Bolt's team brought the matter to the attention of SSL, the company revealed that it had been doing an investigation into the matter, to which the employee allegedly confessed. But until then, the company was not aware of that Bolt had been affected. Now, Bolt, the sources said, opened the account in 2012 and never made a withdrawal. He is said to have invested just under US $10 million. However, the sources stated that only $2,000 remain in that account. Now, the sources also suggested that the magnitude of fraud involved more than one person, and the authorities are looking into that possibility. Now, efforts by the Observer have been over the weekend to confirm this information with the company were not successful. Now, last Thursday, the Financial Services Commission, FSC, said it has issued directions to the SSL barring it from engaging in sales or trading of assets without permission of the SSL. These directions are supervisory tools to allow the FSC to engage an entity in the process of enhanced oversight, the regulatory aids. Now, in the case of SSL, this enhanced oversight affects the needs for the FSC to have a full review of the investigatory of the transactions being conducted, including the movement of funds in the security and out of SSL. The FSC also said it will continue its investigations into the matter related to the SSL. Now, before we go any further, I would have a video of Baby Sham or Sham. He took to Instagram to voice his displeasure about the fact that Usain Bolt has been fleeced millions. So take a look at this video, guys.
Jamaica, wagwan, really wagwan. Or someone like Usain Bolt that has given the country so much, you know what I mean? And has done so much for the country, tourism and a whole, just giving so much joy to the people. How them can fraud this money of him retirement money? And I don't hear the Minister of Finance speaking out. I don't hear the Prime Minister speaking out. I don't hear the people who we put in this power to oversee and make sure them protect Jamaicans. What are they trying to say that? We Jamaicans should not invest in our own country? You don't look good. Not looking good at all. You know what I mean? We need to step up. We need to speak up. We need to hear from the Prime Minister. We need to hear from the Minister of Finance. We need to hear from these people what they're going to do to make sure that Usain Bolt can smile. You know what I mean? He deserves that. He has given all of us so much joy. You know what I mean? And done so much for the country. This is Jamaica. Do better.
Okay, guys, so therefore we're back. Now, also Usain Bolt would have taken to Twitter and made his statement, made a post. It was a cryptic post apparently, with a song suggesting where is the, in a world of lies, where is the truth? Now, yeah, this is a travesty. This is indeed a travesty. There are just no words to really formally to express how I feel right now, and I think all of us as Jamaicans have been grossly affected. Even though it has not affected us personally, I think this is a bad representation of us. How is it that we're going to see that we want Jamaica to be Vision 2030, a place to work, live, raise family, and do business? Why will I want to do business in a country where its fastest athlete, one of I guess the second most popular Jamaican in the world, the most popular Jamaican in the world is Asafa Powell, is Bob Marley rather, and then Usain Bolt would have been the second most popular Jamaican in the world, right? One of his island's greatest assets has been fleeced, has been robbed $10 million. Why would me as an outsider want to invest in Jamaica? Why would I want to do that? It creates a bad taste and it creates a ripple effect. And let me just point out that it's not just Usain Bolt, you know, because there were 30 other persons who were fleeced out of their money. There were more persons who would have lost money, but what happened? Obviously, Usain Bolt is the most popular person. I would have suggested that they would have been, because every financial institution must have insurance, and of course the SSL would have had insurance. However, the problem though is that the Jamaica Deposit, JDIC, protecting your deposit for you and me. So the JDIC, Jamaica Deposit Insurance Company, the most they are going to refund is 1.2 million Jamaican dollars. Yeah. Now, let's just do the calculation. Let me pull up my calculator, right? And we want to find out. So, he would have invested 10 million US dollar, and the exchange rate is 152. So, therefore, he would have lost. So, in total, he would have invested 1.5 billion Jamaican dollars. So they stated that it was more more than 1.2 billion dollars. Well, Usain Bolt alone is 1.5 billion dollars, and then you know the other 30 members who would have lost their money. We don't know how much, but obviously it's going to add. So it's over 1.5 billion dollars that has been lost, and this is indeed a travesty. This is a disgrace. This is indeed a disgrace. And again, and I've stated that I have recognized that there is a trend. I don't know where this is coming from. However, there is a trend where financial institutions are being caught in fraudulent activities. There is a trend. I don't know where this is coming from. Just recently, an employee at NCB has been arrested, right? I think it was a female employee that has been arrested with multiple charges of fraud in NCB. Like, I don't know what is with NCB, I don't know what's wrong with them. But this is not the first time Someone in management has been caught in the law with irregular activities. Woman charged in NCB with fraud scandal. So I'm just curious to know what is happening in your financial sector. So therefore, I not just a regular get to you, them a chop. Everybody a chop. Apparently, everybody in Jamaica chop the bank. So we tend to, and it is sad because majority of the time we're there targeting the ghetto youth, then we are targeting the poor youth because we said about scam. Oh well, yes, we know about scamming, no, the lottery scamming. But apparently, everybody in Jamaica chop. It does not just start from the ghetto youth, them, but the people, the white collar people in the office. They are scamming too. And the worst part about it, because my thing is, you can somewhat understand why ghetto people would scam because they are poor, they don't have any money, and so they're searching for a better way out. But these people who are employed, these people who are in managerial positions and are getting millions of dollars yearly are scamming. This is not need, this is greed. This is not a case where you're dying for hunger or you don't have any money or you're broke. This is greed. And as a financial advisor, you would have the knowledge of the stock market, you would have the knowledge of how to invest. So therefore, I would also believe that as a financial advisor, you'll be practicing what you preach. So there would be no need to steal anybody's fund because you would be also investing your own money as well and practicing what you preach in terms of investment. So while you're teaching and you're educating your clients of financial literacy and where and what and how to invest their funds, I would at least imagine that you are also investing your funds accordingly and doing it yourself. Apparently that is not the case. Apparently what is taking place is that while you're educating your clients, you're also fleecing money from them. It is indeed a travesty on this Stocks and Security Limited. A disgrace and a travesty. And frankly speaking, it is with great belief that this employment, this entity is going to close down. Because nobody not going to invest with them. Like, tell the truth. Me not going to invest with them. And now this creates now a heightened of distrust, not just for the SSL, because again, we are seeing that there are fraudulent activities that are taking place with various financial institutions across Jamaica. Just recently, I believe in November, 2 cousins or 2 sisters with Sagicor were implicated with fraud. So what does that say with the financial services of Jamaica? How does that look at us, and from a global perspective, how is that going to look to us? Why would anybody want to invest in this country if it is that we have fraud taking place left, right, and center? There is distrust taking place. I am appalled, I am flabbergasted, I am most displeased. This is an atrocity. This is indeed an atrocity. And now I'm shaking up because I'm like, how do I invest? Where do I invest? How can I trust? Or is it that I must not invest too much? And how is it that the most or the maximum that you can that the JDIC is going to reimburse is just $1.2 million? That is small. That is very limited. Right? So yes, for like a poor man, yeah, 1.2 million, okay. But what if multi-millionaires want to invest in Jamaica? How does that work? I've often heard of, because we've often heard of persons like foreign millionaires would have created an offshore account. Trust me, Jamaica is not the place to do so. Jamaica is indeed not the place to do so. I wouldn't want to create an investment here because imagine I fund the US government from paying taxes and investing in an offshore account just to know to do all of my money gone to rotted. What they going to tell me, sir? This creates a bad image for brand Jamaica on a whole. And the Minister of Finance and Public Services, Dr. Nigel Clark, needs to get involved immediately. There needs to be ramification. There needs to be a thorough investigation. And those persons, the culprits, needs to be brought to justice and receive the full length of the law. No one must be spared. And on top of that, there needs to be some new regulatory act to be put into place to really prevent against these things, because again, this is really a travesty. I do not want to invest in anybody. I'm afraid. The whole of last year there were several IPOs on the market, and persons were investing. And now it creates a bad look, and now a lot of persons were going to be looking at our investment. We're like, oh my gosh, that could be us in our investment portfolio. That could be us. Imagine you work so hard, you save your money. You understand? It's not like you waste time. It's not like say worthless. You're putting in the hard work. And so you're expecting to relax when you get older. When you reach retirement, you're supposed to relax and have a good life, only to have to start over from rock bottom again because your money has been stolen. Somebody has reaped what you have sown. This is disgusting. It is most duplicitous. It is nefarious. It is disgusting. It is sad. This is a travesty. On to Jamaica land I love. I am greatly disappointed. And so not just the Jamaica Constabulary Force, but the various ministerial entities must also, I wouldn't say take accountability, but must also get involved. Both the Ministry of Finance and Public Service and also Bobby Grange's ministry, Minister of Culture, must get involved, because she is in charge of Brand Jamaica, and Usain Bolt would have contributed significantly to Brand Jamaica. Something needs to happen. Usain Bolt needs to get back his money. At the very least, get back his $10 million. I don't know what to say, guys. Like, I don't know. At this point, I'm not happy. This is not a great, like, this. It's sad. It is sad. It is a travesty. Alright, so let's just continue to watch this investigation, and let's just continue to see where this goes. I am very much interested, and I'm watching this story, and I want to know where this is going to go. We want to know that there will be persons that will be held accountable. We want to know that there will be somehow there will be some retribution, and there will be some compensation for all of those individuals who are victims of robbery, of the fraud that would have taken place. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me on another episode of JA Talks. Again, it was indeed my pleasure creating this story for you and this episode for you, and I leave you again with another saying, with my saying again: your independence is the foundation of your liberation. Do take care, guys.